Dr. Paxton JAPrice, founder of Paxton's Foundation and Church of Redemption. He is an entrepreneur, a TV and radio host, better known as The Rev. This show is designed just for you, the listener, to educate, entertain, and equip you. Now sit back, buckle up, and now let's roll with The Rev.
America's your main man, The Rev. You already know what we do. Ain't no need to go through it no more. I'm so excited to talk about this subject with my main man, Ryan. A lot of times we get ourselves in a situation, and the reason why we get ourselves in these situations is because we don't know any better or no one tries to help us. Ryan, I want to talk about Zion Williams for a second. He's in a situation where if the person wins the civil suit, she could get us up to $50 million. What you think?
That's crazy, man. It's, the number's so specific too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You it's unfortunate because as an athlete and as a celebrity, you're getting preyed on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're getting preyed on because of what the idea that they made, that they think that what you have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
fame, money.
You create something in your head to make you like this person.
Yes.
For that thing you chasing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when stuff doesn't go your way, now you in the situation like
now
this.
You're in this situation. And
she's older than him.
Way older than him. I believe she took advantage of the young man.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the young man put himself in this position, chasing after something that, the Bible is clear. You got to flee fornication. Fornication will lead you down paths that you don't want to go. But at the same time, he's a young man. You know what I mean? He's a young man. You get caught up in your feelings and physical attraction. And I believe what we need some other people, some other men that will steer these young men in the right direction. Having a mentor is very important. Having somebody that has your best interest in mind is very important. And I just want to make sure that we make it Mentor Awareness Month. Week, day, year, century. I don't care what we call it.
It's got to be a lifetime thing.
Yes.
Because you have to. There's a lot of. It's a shame when you're coming up as an athlete and you're young, because you got a lot of yes people.
Okay.
They just want
they want your favor.
Yeah, because they just want that dollar to keep coming in.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a lot of times what happens is they're going to tell you yes, even though the situation they know
is a bad situation.
It's not good for you.
Same thing with P. Diddy. Obviously, he had too many yes men around him, whereas no one told him, hey, you doing some stuff that going to lead you down the path of destruction. You are, matter of fact, in the trial with P. Diddy, the lady said it was her job to set up the room for the freak-offs. Now think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Your job is to set up the room for the freak-off. And you never thought to yourself, maybe I should tell him that this is nasty.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be doing freak-off.
And you know what? Sometimes like like you just said, Rev, sometimes you have people who know that they're doing wrong.
Yes.
And they know what they're doing is not right.
Yes.
But they so far tied up into this web that they can't get out. And you need people to kind of snap you back out of it, because once you fall, you're going to keep falling.
Yes.
You're going to, ain't nothing down. It's just a dark pit. You're going to keep falling, man.
It's a dark pit. It's a horrible thing. I had a chance to go to a conference, and the lady who owns the one of the major pretzel companies in the United States, she was there and she spoke on it. And if you check out her story, you'll see it. And she was saying that when she was married, she was young and she was married. She had a situation where she went to see the pastor. And when she went to see the pastor, now I want you to hear this clearly. When she went to see the pastor did something to her, did something bad and nasty to her. And the pastor told her, if you say something, I'm going to deny it, and they're going to believe me and not you. And she said, and this where me and my wife differed on, she said that, she said, well, I'm not going to say nothing. And it went on for 7 years. 7 years, the pastor would take her and do something to her. She wouldn't tell her husband or anybody else. And she let it go on for 7 years. Now, I know people who ain't been in a relationship for 7 years.
Yeah.
She's been taken advantage of for 7 years, abused for 7 years, and wasn't saying a word. One day, she just decided that she's going to say something. Told her husband, it took you 7 years to say something. It took you 7 years of being abused to finally say something.
And that, and that creates a thought process in the husband.
Yes.
Of, this been happening for 7 years. Like, what was it? Some people will say, you know.
Some people say you part of this.
Yeah, like you was in on that.
Well, my thing is, let's say someone did something to you. Don't wait 7 years to say something. Don't wait for the second time to happen for you to say something. Say something immediately. Let somebody know immediately. You say, well, I was embarrassed. Well, 7 years later, you're still going to be the same. It's going to be the same thing whether you wait 7 seconds or 7 years.
Yeah, the embarrassment is going to be the exact same. But that's why, the Bible talks about, taking no thought, because immediately what's happening is you have 1,000 different thoughts of you telling yourself what could possibly happen.
Yes.
This could, if I do say something, this is going to happen. Now you, again, like I said earlier, you in this web that you can't get out. You know it's not right.
You know it's not right.
You know that's not right.
You know it's not right.
And the pastor.
Yeah, the pastor. Somebody you supposed to trust. Now, I was waiting for her to tell me when she told her husband what happened to the pastor. She didn't say. So I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But I can tell you what I thought in my mind happened to the pastor. He in the lake somewhere. Gone.
Yeah, we would have had to have a
y'all want to see him no more.
We would have had to have a conversation, man.
Y'all seen Pastor? No, we ain't seen Pastor. Pastor missing? Pastor missing. Yeah. Pastor, last time we seen Pastor, he was going fishing.
Pastor went to another church.
Pastor was on the SS Minnow.
It's called the Upper Room Ministries. That's what that's called. That's you talk about an evil spirit on somebody, man.
Using your position, your authority, your power to take advantage of people is the epitome of evil.
Mm-hmm.
You have a response. Matter of fact, God called you to feed the sheep, not to the sheep. You have to take account of a person's character and not their title. I look at people's character, and I don't care what title they have. What type of character do you have? What type of integrity do you have? What type of person are you? People who hurt other people. I don't care if they the richest man in the world. I don't care if they got the greatest title in the world. I don't care if they're president of the United States. They hurt people. They are not people who I will associate with in any form at all.
It's a lot of people can't get out of their own way because they sit in a lot of darkness.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think we've all been through it. You know what I mean? We've all dealt with things in our lives that, you had to get through and fight through.
Yes.
But in the midst of all of that, you got to say something, man.
If something happens, say something immediately. We need to make that a norm, that if anything happens, any type of, you say something immediately. You deal with that immediately, not only for your protection, but for the protection of other people.
Because think about it, who are you protecting?
Yeah.
If you're not saying nothing.
You protecting the predator by not saying anything. Always speak up. You say, well, I was embarrassed. You might be embarrassed, but you're going to save somebody else the embarrassment by speaking up. You're going to protect somebody else by speaking up. You have a responsibility to protect other people. I have a responsibility to protect other people. I will never be in a situation where somebody is going to get hurt and I just allow it to happen. I'm always going to protect others. That's my job. That's what I do.
And you have to, even when you go back to this situation with Zion has to speak up.
Zion had to speak up. He got to tell the real truth.
Yeah, you have to. I know your lawyers are telling you,
don't say nothing.
Certain things you got to say. Don't say nothing. Listen, man.
Tell the whole truth. Say I was being nasty with this girl.
And if she brave enough and bold enough to try to take you down, you got to be bold enough to fight for that, brother.
Yep.
Don't let her do that to you, man.
Tell the real truth. Tell the real truth and take responsibility. I think a lot of times people don't want to take responsibility for what they have done. But the truth is that no matter what the situation is, take responsibility.
But a lot of people are afraid to take that responsibility because you got to shed some skin off of yourself.
Yes.
And people don't want to do that.
They don't want to shine light on themselves.
Yeah, and it's
on their dirt.
But that's a necessary thing to do.
That is necessary.
Because it's scary in the beginning, but once you get through that,
it's very important to do
it. It's like opening the windows first day of spring to your soul.
Yes,
just to let it breathe. You know what I mean? You got to get that crap up out of there.
Yes, man. And that's what the Bible says. The Bible says in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 15, and chapter 19, verse 15 says, "And you shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shall you judge your neighbor. In righteousness shall you judge your neighbor. In righteousness shall you judge your neighbor." You know, we got people saying, I don't judge people. I don't judge. Well, you make a mistake. You have to judge people on their behavior, but you got to do it in righteousness. And what that means is simply, make sure you're doing right before you try to point out what other people are doing wrong. And that's our job. Our job is to get better and better. Each and every day. Each and every day, I make a decision to be better than I was yesterday. I make a mistake. I own up to my mistake because everybody make mistakes. But I want to get better and better. I want to do better and better. I realize in life, I've been on the planet for 5.5 decades, if you can believe that. I realize in life that life is short. And I'm not wasting any time. I'm not wasting any time, and I'm trying to be the best person I can be when I leave out here in 200 years or whatever I leave out here, I want to be the best person that I could be. So when I get to heaven, I can say I did the best I could on earth.
And you know what too, Rev, the thing that we got to learn to do, like you said, you're trying to be better today than you were yesterday. Once that new day starts, you got to. We can't worry about that.
Oh, that's a good point.
We can't worry about that. That's a good point. We can't worry about that, and we can't even worry about stuff the next day.
Yep.
You got to just focus on today.
That's a good point. That's 1 Peter chapter 5. Cast your cares upon the Lord because He cares for you. You let go of yesterday. That's what Paul said. Paul said one thing I grabbed a hold of. I let go of yesterday. You got to let go of what happened in the past, what happened yesterday. You got to stop putting yourself down. You got to stop wondering what if. What if doesn't matter anymore. Just be better today.
Yep.
Just be better today. Now, this is what I found about sports and faith. Sports is the same way. When you are a scorer of the basket, that's what, the Rev scores. Rev score on you. Rev will shoot your eyeballs out. The Rev goes to the basket, dunk it on you. Rev scores.
They said Steph Curry who?
Yeah. Rev scores. Well, in order to score, you can't worry about the misses.
No.
You will miss more than you make. But if you start dwelling on the misses, you'll never be able to score. You got to say, I missed it this time, but the next time I'm going to make it. Same thing in life. You might have made a mistake, but you got to think to yourself, the next time, I'm going to get it right.
And that's what makes those athletes great.
Yes.
I'm not afraid
to make a mistake.
And if I make it, y'all gonna be worried about it more than I am.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna come right back at it again. I'm gonna come right back at it again. And a lot of times you got people dwelling on stuff they don't need to be dwelling on.
They dwell on their mistakes.
Just like in the Bible where they talk about the 11-day trip.
Yeah.
Dwelling on stuff and complaining. It lasts you what? 40 years?
40 years!
Imagine that crap. 11 days.
Lasts you 40
Rev,
years.
that ain't even 2 weeks.
Not even 4 weeks, huh?
And it lasted 40 years.
Because they were stuck in the past. There's a lot of people stuck in the past. There's a lot of my friends stuck in the late 80s.
Rev, that ain't even. I think that's more than stuck, Rev.
I got a school friend I saw downtown Wilmington, and he talking like it's the 80s. He jumping on around. I'm thinking, what's wrong with you?
What haircut he have?
Oh, listen, he had a box. This not a joke. He had a box fade. A Kango on. I'm thinking, with the Adidas shell top Adidas, I'm like, are you okay? Everything all right?
Yeah, something wrong, Rev.
Man, that was the bomb. The bomb! This is not the late 80s anymore.
Yeah, we got to move on,
man. We got to move on, my man.
You missed all that.
I asked him, like why you talking like it's 80s? He said, his psychologist said it's his year. Boy, you better move on!
It's his year.
It's his year. That was your year. So I guess he's going to stay. Man, if you don't let go of yesterday and move on to do better, I be honest with you, and this sounds bad, but be honest with you, I don't even remember half the stuff I did in high school anymore. I forgot.
I was just telling my daughter, because my daughter be going into high school. School's over for them.
Yeah.
And she's going to high school, and I said, look, just focus on the things that you want to do and want to accomplish, because when you get to my age, you ain't going to remember nobody back then.
You ain't going to remember half the people anymore.
No. People walk up to me and say, hey, Ryan, you remember me? I don't know.
That what you say? I'm better than Ryan.
Well, I say that in my head.
Okay.
I go with it. When they leave.
Right. I go with it.
When they leave, they be, who is that? I was like, I don't know.
That's what I tell my wife.
I don't know who that was.
She asked me the other day, she said, who that? I said, I don't know. I went to school with him, though. I can't remember who he was. You was talking to him. I was like, I faked it out. Oh, yeah, what's going on? How you doing? I don't even remember, tell you the truth. I don't even remember. I can't remember back then that far. But we have to let go of our mistakes and reach forward to our future. You want to be the best person you want to be. You want to stay away from these sexual sins, these sexual activities that does not bring you what you desire. It might feel good for the moment, but it will not bring you what you desire. What you're missing in life, that sexual activity, will not bring that desire to your heart. You will always feel like you're missing something. As a matter of fact, somebody said to me that people who are in homosexual relationships, a lot of them commit suicide. And I'm thinking to myself, well, they're missing something and they're trying to feel that need sexually, but you will never feel that need. Therefore, there's always going to be a hole in your heart, always something missing that only Jesus can fill.
Yeah, they're misunderstanding what love is. That's the number one thing God talks about is love, and you can't.
Yeah, love is more than physical.
You can't confuse love.
God is love. He don't have love. He don't give love. He is love. In order to have that love in your heart, you got to allow God in your heart. Let God make a way. Give your life over to the Lord Jesus Christ today. Don't wait. Don't let your past, don't let nobody tell you your past activity is who you are. They identify with their sexual activity, like their sexual activity is who they are. Now, if you're only your sexual activity, there's a problem.
Yeah,
there's a problem.
And I was just getting ready to say, how many times have people judged you on a mistake you made?
Yes,
that's one mistake. I've been, like you said, you've been living
55 years.
Yeah, I've been living 40 years. Look, I've done a whole lot more than that mistake you talking about.
I'm a whole lot more than my sexual activity.
Yeah.
You identify with your sexual activity. Is something wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah, you got a lot of work to do.
You got a lot of work to do with your self-esteem, with who you are, with your character, with your integrity. You are far more. If the Rev is on an island by himself, the Rev's still gonna be the Rev.
Exactly.
Now, according to what people try to to push on other people. If they were on an island by themselves, then who are they? Because they identify with their sexual activity. But there's nobody to have sex with if you're on an island by yourself. Mm-hmm. So who are you now? Mm-hmm. Who are you now? Well, I'm a lesbian. Okay, so tell me what a lesbian is. 2 women together. But you're on an island by yourself, so who are you now?
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know.
They don't know.
A lot of people don't know who they are. So you're trying to find yourself in other people.
You're trying to fulfill yourself with activities that are just a small part of who you are. And you allow people to push those titles, push those images on you, and we need to change that. We need to step out of that. And even when it comes to being a man has nothing to do with you having a whole lot of women. Somebody need to tell you. That's not what a man is. If I'm on an island by myself, I'm still a man. Because who I am is far more than my activities. It's important.
I can find some peace now by myself. I can find some peace now by myself on the island.
I was on the island by myself. I have to be on the island by myself. I have all the coconuts, all the fish. I'll just be on the island by myself.
Singing.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Y'all come find me after a few years. Hey, look at Rev. Hey, Rev, what you doing? Just chilling.
Yeah.
How y'all been?
Yeah.
We ain't seen you in a while. I've been stuck in here by myself.
Yeah. I've been chilling with the fish.
Yeah. Got all the coconuts.
Yeah, it's a
I'd have made shells, and this side is the Cowboys, this side the Eagles, and shells on the Cowboys side winning. I'd entertain my own self.
And you know the remember that movie Castaway with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't talking to no soccer ball.
He talking to soccer ball.
I ain't losing my mind like that.
Yeah, you lost your mind. He's talking soccer ball.
Yeah, it's.
But funny, he was willing to talk to the soccer ball. Now watch this, but not willing to talk to God. You willing to talk to the soccer ball, but not willing to talk to God. What if you took the same energy talking to soccer ball and talked to God?
You found your way up off that island.
Somebody came for you. A whale would have came for you like Jonah. Just don't jump inside. That's a jump on top of the well, not inside the well.
Yeah, that's a heck of a story, man.
That's a story. You the big whale came.
Ain't nobody gonna believe.
Yeah, the big whale came and got you. If I was on the island by myself, I talked to God. God was in a big whale, big old fish. I'd have jumped on top. I ain't get inside. I jumped on top and rode my way to Miami.
Imagine the Lions then.
But listen, I'd have been comfortable that night. All your lions lay down. I'm gonna lay on top of y'all.
Nah, the story said they was looking at it like they was hungry though.
I'm sure they were. I'm sure they will be hungry. But y'all shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Lay down.
Woo, man.
And the fire. How about the furnace?
Lord. See that right there. I don't know, man.
Lord.
That's.
Why God gonna wait till I get thrown in the first? Can't you save me before I get thrown in the first, God? I appreciate you and all, but can you do it before?
But he gotta see where you at.
Yeah.
You ain't talked to me all this time.
Yeah.
I know you gonna hit me down here.
I know that's right. If you ain't talked to God before, you talk to God now.
Man.
The man got swallowed by the whale. Let me see. Let's see. We got the man got swallowed by the whale. He got the whale. What in the world? Well, I guess he was tasty.
Well, we know he ain't Jonah.
Yeah, Lord have mercy. Well,
see, but that's why you can't be all the way out there. Like that.
I don't know why you out there in the first place with a little team boat.
First of all, yeah, see that boat.
Yeah, that's a little team boat. I want a little team boat. I want a big boat.
Look at that thing, man.
Lord, he spit him out.
He wasn't good then.
I don't know.
He probably thought it was.
I might have been I might have been offended by that.
He might have been.
What you mean you don't want to eat me? You better come back and eat me.
Yeah, you know.
What you mean I don't taste good?
That he might have thought it might have been a donut from underwater.
It did kind of look like a donut.
Yeah, like a little Twinkie or something.
Yeah.
He said,
I don't know. I might have caught feelings on that one. What you mean you don't want to eat me?
Nah, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Probably it's stuff like it's a situations like that, man. Yeah. If you don't learn,
yes,
don't get back in that water no more.
I mean, I gotta probably get in the water. I'm just not getting in the water on a little boat.
Don't get all the way far out there in that water like that.
Give me a cruise ship.
See, there you go.
I'm all right with a cruise ship.
I'm not out there in that little boat. Now, what? Something happened. You got your arms you paddling with.
I'm not.
That well said, okay, you want to play?
That well was like, man, listen.
I just want you to know. I ain't going to do it, but I just want you to know I can.
What could happen? Yeah, right. That well was just showing. He was just showing America what could happen.
Get up out
y'all keep coming around here if y'all want to.
This is my house you came
right.
to. You ain't just going.
This is my neighborhood.
Kicking your feet up.
Right. This is my hood. You ain't got the right colors on.
Yeah.
Well, like you got red on. We don't play them type games.
We in here. It's blue down
here. Right. It's the blue ocean, my brother. With red on.
He did have red on, didn't he?
Yeah, red. It's the blue ocean. You got this thing twisted.
Out there set tripping.
Yeah. Don't come into the hood like this no more.
See, but that's how we got to talk.
Yeah.
To the folks.
Yeah.
Who don't believe in God.
Yeah.
Don't be coming out here set tripping.
Don't be coming out here acting a fool out here. You know, it's America. We gonna do better. We're gonna do better because we know better. And when you know God, you're always gonna do the right things at the right time. Because God is never gonna let you down. God will stick closer than a brother. You know, America, this is a new day. This is a new start. If you haven't given your life over to Jesus Christ, give your life over to him now. America, here we go!
At our church, Jesus is Lord. That single belief calls us together as a community and sends us into our world with hope and purpose. At our church, your past will never define your future. There's always redemption, which means there's always a brighter day. At our church, we don't think we're better than any other church out there. We're just doing our best to become our best. At our church, we want you to believe in God, but we also want you to know that God believes in you. We are not against people who don't attend church anywhere. Instead, we pursue them with love, the very same love that's pursuing us. At our church, we're learning to serve God with all our hearts, and we're learning to worship him with all our lives. And if you're looking for the perfect church, we're not it. At our church, we will make mistakes, but we will choose to grow from them. At our church, we're part of a global community that's knit together by the resurrection of Jesus. And by the way, at our church, we believe that really happened too. At our church, we will engage with people who are in real need because we are the hands and the feet of Christ. And finally, we need you to hear this loud and clear. At our church, it's not really our church at all. It's his. And we live and move and breathe in his church for his glory and his fame, not ours. So here's the invitation. You're invited to jump in with your whole heart at your own pace and to experience the life that awaits you in Christ. Friends, this is going to be good. Welcome to our church.